What's up, Grace Report? How's it going? Happy Thursday. How's everyone doing? Sorry I was a bit late. But what is up? Hold on, let me go through here. What is up, Tammy, Carol, Matthew, Wendy Korn, Wendy Marino, Carol, Rochelle? Thank you for becoming a member and gifting one membership. Hearts for Rochelle, guys, before the stream even started. Thank you, Rochelle. And good to see you, Rochelle. And Delea Lux was gifted a membership. So heart for Rochelle and welcome the new Wolfpack, or welcome Delea Lux back to the Wolfpack, I should say. Heather, whatever, Denny Rose, the Karen Show, and thank you for being a member of the Wolfpack for 22 months. She is ready. She's got her soda and nachos. And if you guys haven't done so already, please subscribe to the Karen Show. She does similar stuff over there on her YouTube channel. Check it out. You'll have a blast there as well. Julissa, what is up? Dusty Lane, how's it going? Brandon, thank you for being a member of the Wolfpack for 23 months. Hearts for Brandon. My eyesight's like playing games with me. How's everyone doing? I'll wait a few more minutes. It's probably because this light is too bright. I just noticed lately when I'm looking at the computer screen, like it's kind of like, I'm like, Julissa goes going well. Lisa, any new news? With me, no. Same old, same old. Haven't watched any movies really, so I can't really talk about a movie I've seen. There are a few that are on my list that I want to watch because I have a very long list. It probably goes mile long that I need to catch up on. Catching up on the Ghost Adventures episode where they investigate the Winchester mystery house, and they're doing a seance with Harry to try to contact Harry Houdini. I haven't watched the entire episode, only caught like the beginning, but after the stream I am going to finish it. But haven't really watched any movies. There hasn't been any any of them that have dropped to streaming, like the newer movies that dropped to streaming yet that I know of. Denny Rose, Bernadette, what is up? Julissa goes, I want to watch Sinners. I want to see that movie. I do. It's kind of an interesting take. The trailer was actually pretty interesting because it didn't it didn't give away anything. You kind of knew what it was, but you don't. And it's like a period like piece, and that's kind of is super cool. Like the trailer was actually well done. It is out in theaters, so if you guys are a movie going type of person, Sinners I think came out last weekend. Danny Rose, the puppy, is doing well. But I do know there's a lot of horror movies. They're on VOD now, so they should be coming to a streaming service near us very soon. And stupid me, I didn't even open up my links because I was running late. Give me a second here. Heather, whatever goes next year. I love movies in theaters. I saw an article where they said Sinners should be seen in like on a certain screen. I'm trying to think if there's anything I watched besides, like, the normal stuff. While we wait for people to trickle in. I did see the trailer to Wednesday season 2. They finally announced a release date. I feel like we've been waiting forever for Wednesday season 2. It is divided. It seems like most of the series that have been coming out lately have been divided. I know they did that with Cobra Kai, but luckily it's not that big of a wait. It's like 3 weeks apart, I think it is. But I feel like I said earlier, I feel like it's been forever since Wednesday has come out. I love Jenna Ortega as Wednesday Addams. I cannot wait for this. The wait has been torture. Netflix releases Wednesday season 2 poster, which looks pretty cool. It's Wednesday Addams with Thing. I have Thing somewhere around here. I think it's in my background. The wait has been torture, which just so happens to be her favorite thing. Netflix has announced that the teaser trailer for Wednesday season 2 will arrive tomorrow, which it has. I got to see it yesterday. And it looks really good. While you wait, check out the official Wednesday season 2 poster below. Jenna Ortega will be back as iconic character Wednesday Addams in Wednesday season 2. If you guys have not, Pugsley, you can tell that it's been a while since we've seen Wednesday because Pugsley in season 2 now looks all grown up, or Pugsley in season 1 looks all grown up in the season 2 trailer. I was like, holy crap, he changed. On Netflix later this year, with the actress repeatedly teasing in interviews that the new season will be bolder, darker, and more horror heavy than the show's first season. Joining Ortega in the new season will be fellow returning star Luis Guzman as Gomez Addams and Catherine Zeta-Jones as Morticia Addams, and Lady Gaga is also joining the cast. And I had forgotten about that because it's been so damn long. Wednesday is described as a sleuthing, supernaturally infused mystery charting Wednesday Addams' years as a student at Nevermore Academy, the series follows. Wednesday attempts to master her emerging psychic abilities, thwart a monstrous killing spree, and has terrorized the local town. I cannot read today, and solve the supernatural mystery that embroiled her parents 25 years ago, all while navigating her new and very tangled relationships. Alfred Goh as Miles Miller. Smallville are the writers and showrunners, with Tim Burton executive producing and directing several episodes of the show debut season. So this is the poster, and it's super cool. I believe they said that. Hold on, does it say? Oh my god. It didn't say. I think it said like August 6th was the part 1, if I'm not mistaken, and then it said like September 3rd is part 2. So we still have a ways to wait, but at least we have an in-game now. Before it was like, where is it? But like I said, I forgot Lady Gaga was even it. That's how long it's been. But I am looking forward to it. And I can't wait to see it. That is something I could look forward to in summer. I don't like summertime because of the weather, but that is something I could look forward to. And if you have not seen season 1, it is on Netflix currently. And as always, Skeleduck is somewhere in my background. Just remind me at the end of the stream and I reveal his location. That is not Skeleduck. That is Skeleduck's brother that goes to the gym. He's been pumping iron. So that is not him. If you guys are wondering who or what Skeleduck is, he is a duck. But he looks like This is what he looks like. He is on my upper right-hand corner. It's probably your upper left-hand corner. That is what he looks like, and I hide him in my background. So just remind me at the end of the stream because I will forget, and it has happened. And Carol thinks he has found him. And I put him in a really good place this time. At least I think it is. Also, to another series that I feel like has been in talks like forever is the Crystal Lake series, which is coming out on Peacock. I don't know how I feel about this, but I guess it's coming. I mean, I've had low hopes for this for a long time. I know the video game had to shut down because they just couldn't come to an agreement. I'm guessing. I don't know if that's the real thing, but don't quote me. But it looks like Crystal Lake A24 and Peacock's Friday the 13th TV series is coming together for real this time. Believe it or not, 16 years after the most recent installment in the franchise, and in the wake of years worth of legal battles and behind the scenes issues, Friday the 13th franchise is finally making its way back into our lives with Crystal Lake and series showrunner Brad Caleb Kane. Welcome to Deary, which is another series that is going to come out, has updated us on the production over in Instagram tonight. Brad Caleb Kane posted a photo of a Crystal Lake production draft script on Instagram and announced that the show's production offices are now opened up for business. Based on characters created by the original Friday the 13th, which came out long ago in 1980. One of my favorite slashers. He is one of my favorite slashers. So, I mean, I don't think I'm excited for it because I felt like it wasn't going to come into fruition. So, we'll see when they release a trailer when they get to that point. Writer Victor Miller, the script in the photograph was written by Brad Caleb Kane himself, and the copyright is registered to Camp Blood LLC. It's likely this means the pre-production has begun, with production gearing up to kick off soon. Stay tuned for more on all things Crystal Lake as we learn it. Linda Cardellini will be playing Mrs. Voorhees in Crystal Lake for A24 and Peacock. And no, I'm not trying to buy Oreo bars. For A24 and Peacock, described as a mother who had given up a singing career to raise a special needs child and takes a dark turn when she loses her son. Her son, of course, is none other than Jason Voorhees. Crystal Lake is being described as an expanded prequel to the original Friday the 13th franchise, featuring both Jason Voorhees and his mother, Pamela Voorhees. As mentioned, the streaming service will bring the Friday the 13th franchise back to life after 16 years of Jason Voorhees lying dormant at the bottom of the lake due to messy legal issues over the rights. And I think that is the reason why the game had to end as well, which it was a cool game, where you actually got to play, Jason, or you got to play the camp counselors. So I mean, it's kind of sad that they ended the game. I think it ended like in December, October or somewhere, December of last year, somewhere around there. But I mean, I guess we'll see if my excitement for this gets any as we get nearer, because I mean, obviously now it looks like it is coming into fruition, but I still don't know how I feel about this, because I feel like Jason, they've done so many Jasons. There's so many Jasons, but I mean, it's a guy with a mask, so technically you can't really see who's behind the mask, so you can't tell the difference. I mean, maybe obviously you can, if they're doing different movements than a previous actor, then you'd be like, oh, that's a different Jason. But it's not like Freddy Krueger where you can completely tell like it's a different person, or Doug Bradley, something like that. I feel like a guy in a mask is a little more you're able to recreate it more and be more accepting of than someone replacing Doug Bradley. Tyrana, what is up? Julissa wants ice cream now. I think that's what the ad was trying to do, because it was popping up. It's like Oreos, Oreos, Oreos. Yes, for Wednesday, I just wanted to confirm for Wednesday season 2, it is part 1 will be August 6th and part 2 will be September 3rd. So that's not too bad because like with Cobra Kai, it was like a big huge gap between the two seasons and a lot of people like binge watched it, so it was like the wait felt like forever, but 3 weeks isn't that bad. Or about a month. That's not bad at all. What? I got an error that this page does not exist. What? Denny Rose goes, it's not new, but started rewatching Angel and the X-Files. Oh my god. I love watching the X-Files. Every time there's one of my favorite X-Files episodes is Humbug, where they go to the freak show with Jim Rose in it. Oh, my favorite episode. So every time on my way to work, there's like a pop-up circus that popped up. And it every time I drive by it, it reminds me of Humbug. And it reminds me of the scene where Mulder asks the I don't know if I don't remember it quite well. I think it's Mulder. They're signing into the place that they're going to stay at, like the motel, and it's a little person, right? And he goes, "So, have you done much circus work in your life?" And the guy goes, "Because of my short stature, you assumed that I've been confined to the so-called big top," or something like that. I'm probably not saying exactly right, but it always every time I see a circus or anything, it always reminds me of that episode, and that's one of my favorite episodes. Diddy goes, "I really like the one where Mulder screams like a girl." Matthew goes, "I like the cops episode where they're on the TV show Cops." Heather, whatever goes, same with the Mr. and Mrs. Smith series, a long wait. I mean, it has to do with the the issue is why we're waiting a long time for a lot of these is because there was a strike. So a lot of these series couldn't do anything during the strike. And that's the reason why a lot of it's divided too at the same time, which sucks. And the wait sucks, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Heather, whatever goes, the Cobra Kai wait was it was. Diddy Rose goes, "Where's his brother? Oh, he ate him." There's other episodes I like. I liked Eve with the twin. Eve is actually where the band Eve 6 got their name from. Was from that X-Files episode called Eve, because there was a character, there were different Eves, but there was a character that was Eve 6, which is kind of cool if you guys are a fan of Eve 6. And then the color Shari, oh, memories. But since we're talking about the X-Files, there is a reboot, unfortunately. I don't know how I feel about this. It's like no one can replace Doug Bradley as Pinhead. I feel the same way as with Fox Mulder and Dana Scully. No one can replace David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson. Nobody. I know they used to hate each other. The actors used to actually hate each other. Now they're friends, but during the filming of the X-Files, they hated each other, which is kind of hilarious. But I don't know how I feel about this. About a reboot of something beloved. It is like, I mean, when the first season came out, I didn't become a huge fan of the X-Files until the second season. Diddy goes, yeah, Reboot is no for me. Because I feel like they're just going to change everything. I feel like I feel like it's gonna, like, they're gonna change they're gonna change something about it, and it's not gonna have the same appeal as the original. Ryan Coogler's next project, a really scary reboot of the X-Files, and Ryan Coogler is, if I'm not mistaken, did Sinners. He's the director of Sinners. Originally reported a couple years back, Sinners director Ryan Coogler has confirmed in a new interview this week that his next project will bring the X-Files back to the screen. Coogler tells Last Podcast on the Left, I've been excited about that for a long time and I'm fired up to get back to it. Some of those episodes, if we do our jobs right, will be really effing scary. We're going to try to make something really great and make something for the real X-Files fans and maybe find some new ones, Coogler added during the same conversation. I don't know, because you're going to face a tough crowd with the real X-Files fans, and I'm one of them. I was that one girl that every Friday night that came by, I couldn't go anywhere. I had to watch the X-Files. And if I had to go somewhere on a Friday night, I had my dad recording the episode so I can watch it the next day. And I also would watch the episode while recording it and then watch it again the next day. That was how crazy I was about the X-Files. And then when it went to Sunday, same thing. I still have all the tapes that I taped from the TV. I think it's in my garage somewhere. Lisa Boo, what is up? Lisa Boo goes, reboots are sometimes cringe. Yeah, they are. Like, I feel like this is the year, even in music, it's not just in movies. I feel like this is the year of reboots, remakes, reimagining. Diddy Rose, the actors are not the same, so nope, exactly. I mean, they're not. It's obviously not going to be David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson. Sabrina, how's it going? Lisa Bugo's loved and will always love the X-Files. No word yet on whether or not David Duchovny or Gillian Anderson will return for the new series, but Coogler says that he has spoken to Anderson. Fingers crossed there, he notes. The X-Files is immediately next on Coogler's schedule. Stay tuned for more. The X-Files originally ran for 9 seasons from September of 1993. I believe it was September 10th of 1993 to May 2002. With 10th and 11th seasons arriving in 2016 and 2018. In total, 218 episodes were made. Additionally, the universe of The X-Files was expanded upon with 2 feature films. The X-Files Fight the Future in 1998, and later The X-Files I Want to Believe in 2008. And it's funny with these movies because now they could curse, so they had Mulder curse in it. So, I don't know. It looks like he's trying to get Gillian Anderson to do it. I don't know if Gillian Anderson would come back as Scully. I mean, I guess that'd be kind of cool, but I don't know. He's facing a tough crowd. I get that he wants to make it scary because obviously, I don't know if it's going to be a movie. It's probably most likely going to be. I wonder if it's going to be a movie or a series. It doesn't say. It didn't say, but if he's trying to make it scary, that would be cool. But no one, like I said, no one can replace David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson. They will always be Fox Mulder and Dana Scully. Like, you cannot put another actor there and say, yeah, that's Dana Scully. I'd be like, hell no, it ain't. I mean, I will watch it. Like, I would give it a chance. Wendy Korn, what is up? Hi, y'all. X-Files taking me back when TV was good. Exactly. Exactly. Denny Rose goes, don't forget the Skin Man. Oh, I loved Skinner. Then Cancer Man X, the Uniblonder. Could go on. Deep Throat from the first season. Then it went to X. Matthew goes, Skinner the shocker. Yes, he was, believe it or not. But I will forever know him as Skinner. Julius, I agree. The X-Files was a very good series. It was something different. It was something different. There wasn't anything really like that. And at first I was like, I'm not watching that. Like, forget it. Because I used to watch shows that weren't popular way back in the day. I used to watch Friday the 13th, the series, War of the Worlds, the series. And I always got mad because they ended. And I was like, oh my God, I like that show. Like, I remember Adrian Paul in War of the Worlds. That's where I know him from, not from Highlander, even though I watched Highlander too. But I used to always get mad. I'm like, why is this show not on anymore? And I get it. Well, now I get it because of ratings. If a show doesn't get ratings, obviously it gets pulled, right? So when the X-Files came around, there's so much hype around it. I was like, I'm not watching that. Oh, hell no. I was like, you know what I mean? And then when I think it was the summer, it was reruns, and I was like, you know what? I'll start watching it. And I'm like, I can't believe I'm watching it. I think it was the one with the fluke worm in it or something like that. I don't remember the name of the episode. With the fluke, not the fluke worm, fluke man. And so then come season 2 comes around. And I remember it was .com, the one where they go on the ship and they get old. And I remember that episode, and then I just started watching it religiously, and then that was it. I was done. I was hooked. Denny Rose goes, Mitch Pileggi. He was the grandfather of Dean and Sam Winchester on Supernatural. Super cool. Matthew goes, William B. Davis, who played Cancer Man. I loved Cancer Man. Or the cigarette smoking man. I just like calling him Cancer Man better. Is still alive. He was in an episode of Stargate SG-1. How old is William D? He is now 87 years old. He was like old back then. You know how you have actors that they weren't old, but they looked, kind of older. And you go, isn't that guy a bit old? Not like a bad compliment, but they just like older gentlemen, just put it that way. And you're like, that guy has been old like forever. He's 87 years old. Holy crap. He was born in 1938. That's crazy. Denny Rose goes, I thought he was killed in the mountains when it got big kaboomed in the X-Files. Heather Whatever goes, Gene Hackman always looked old. Turns out he was. He didn't look old in Superman, though. What's up, Kyle? How's it going? Julius, I agree with you. I feel like the reboot won't be able to live up to the original. I totally agree with you on that one. It definitely won't. I mean, it's not going to be the same. I mean, it might be interesting because if he does make it like super scary and stuff, it would definitely be interesting. I mean, there'll be a horror take on it, so I'm up for that, but I don't think I'd be up to anything else. You know what I mean? I have very low expectations of it. I would come in with low expectations because I obviously am going to go into it knowing that it's not going to be, like how it was in the 90s when it first came out. But I would give it a try. I would watch it. But only time will tell. We'll see when a trailer drops or when more news of it comes out. If you guys are a fan of Korn, which I am, I do know like a while back, Zach Bagans had posted a photo with him and Jonathan Davis of Korn. He's basically the singer of Korn. And he said, "Stay tuned, the investigation was amazing." Of course, 6 months later, it's finally coming out. It looks like the next episode of Ghost Adventures will feature Jonathan Davis of Korn. See Jonathan Davis's chilling cameo in Ghost Adventures. I haven't seen this trailer, so I have to check it out. It has been a wild week for Korn fans. First, the new metal group's iconic frontman, Jonathan Davis, unveiled his latest line of functional yet fashionable petwear through his Freak on a Leash company. Now we've learned that Davis is a bit of a ghost whisperer too, as he'll be appearing on an upcoming episode of Ghost Adventures. It's been confirmed that the Korn frontman will appear on the April 30th episode of the Supernatural program, where he'll join hosts Zach Bagans, Aaron Goodwin, Billy Tully, and Jay Wasley to explore the purportedly haunted Glen Tavern Inn in Santa Paula, California. Bagans had previously teased the episode in 2024. A description of the episode notes that Davis and the Ghost Adventures team were set on helping the Glen Tavern staff find closure following the tragic loss of the inn's beloved resident medium. It adds that the team experiences a chain of chilling synchronicities and shocking paranormal activity, going by the episode trailer up above. This includes Davis experienced unusual heart palpitations after sitting in a particular chair, later telling Ghost Adventures that doing so gave him visions of women being tortured by very bad men. The investigation this season are iconic, highly charged, and very personal. Bagans share in the statement, incorporating special guest investigators and new investigative tactics, stirred up a frenzy of compelling paranormal activity that we cannot wait to share, including mind-blowing photographic evidence. You'll find the preview of Korn's assisted paranormal investigation on above, while the episode premieres in full April 30th on the Discovery Channel. And he has Jonathan Davis has come out with pet clothing. So if you want to metal up your pets, he does have that too. With a cool name. Let me see if I can show you some of it. If there's pictures. Let's see. Hold on. I mean, it's going to be like the hot topic for dogs. That's the only thing I can think of how to describe it. So, hot topic for dogs. Oh, of course, it wants to put an ad. So, this is kind of what you'll see on Freak on a Leash, which is the clothing line that, oh my God, this dog looks so cute. Oh my God, this one does too. Aww. But it's obviously going to be metal music inspired type wear. So if you want to match your pooch to your music or to your clothing, because some people dress metal, check out Freak on a Leash. Feeling like a freak on a leash. Feeling like I Heather Wetter goes Freak on a Leash. Oh my god, great. Denny Rose goes Zoe Maisie would be a little baddie in a leather jacket. Heather, whatever. I like what you said. Functional yet fashionable pet wear. Julianne, what is up? Lisa Boo goes, I heard you got a puppy. I did. Shh. I'm like, shh. Steven Spielberg actually got spooked by Paranormal Activity, the movie Paranormal Activity. No, that's okay, Lisa Boo. And I'm like, Steven Spielberg got spooked? What? Academy or Emmett Hollywood film. Emmett? A meaning. Hollywood filmmaker Steven Spielberg is one of the most prolific and renowned directors across the globe. Besides directing cult films such as E.T., Indiana Jones, Saving Private Ryan, and Schindler's List, to name a few, the 78-year-old filmmaker has also given us a few horror films, namely Jaws, Poltergeist, and Jurassic Park. And I know there's a lot of people asking about a Jaws remake, and like I said, we don't need any more remakes, and I think Steven Spielberg has protected it from not getting a remake. We don't need another remake. Will you believe us if we tell you that even Steven Spielberg once got terrified of watching a low-budget horror movie? Read on to know which movie we are talking about. The name of the horror film that scared Spielberg to death was Oren Peli's directorial debut, Paranormal Activity. It was shot in a found footage format and was initially made on a shoestring budget of just $15,000. That set off the craze with shaky cams. I mean, it started off with Blair Witch Project. I never thought that Paranormal Activity was scary. I just liked the one thing that I really liked about it was the panning camera. So with the panning camera, it was like, okay, what's gonna pop up? What's gonna change? So you would see the camera go this way, you would see the camera go this way, and I was always trying to I was always trying to prepare myself, thinking that something's gonna pop up. The Karen Show, what is up? Thank you for that super chat. I have to head to the supermarket. I love you, Lisa. You do such a great job. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate it. Hearts for Karen, guys. Oh, I was Denny Rose. I was about to say Saving Ryan's Privates. I am not kidding you. I almost said it. Thanks for dropping by, Karen. I appreciate it. What exactly happened? As the story goes, according to CBR, and no, I'm not going to subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. Steven Spielberg was given a DVD copy of Paranormal Activity for his feedback. When he watched the movie, an eerie incident happened to him. After watching it, Spielberg's room somehow got mysteriously locked on its own, and he was not able to open it. He had to take the help of a locksmith to get the door unlocked, but the whole incident scared the wits out of him. He thought that the Paranormal Activity DVD was haunted by a demonic presence, so he took the copy and sent it back in a trash bag. Paranormal Activity plot details. The found footage supernatural horror movie's basic plot revolves around a couple who become the target of a fierce supernatural entity inside their home. So the couple decides to record their spooky experiences using cameras, and that's when the real terror begins. Paranormal Activity box office performance, Rotten Tomato score, and sequels. The first Paranormal Activity movie grossed a whopping $194 million at the box office, globally yielding an incredible return on investment. It currently holds a Rotten Tomato score of 83%, which is a quite good for a horror film, which it is. The success of the first film spanned a string of sequels, but they were not able to even remotely match the critical acclaim of the parent film. Usually that happens. Usually the first one's the best. And obviously you're not going to get the hype that you got from the first one with the next ones. I still enjoyed every single one after that, but you're expecting that initial reaction that they get from the first one's going to be completely different from the second one, because you kind of think, okay, you kind of already know what to expect. You kind of know with Paranormal Activity it's the shaky cam. The story might change a bit, but it's almost the same. So there's not that, excitement like with the first one. After his last feature film directorial venture, The Fablemans, Steven Spielberg's next film as a director will be the yet untitled science fiction movie starring Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor, Colin Firth, Eve Hewson, and Wyatt Russell. Among others, reportedly based on a flying saucer theme, the film is set for a theatrical release on 12th of June 2026. So, I mean, obviously, what happened to Spielberg would freak me out too if I was watching a movie and my room suddenly got locked. I would have done the same thing. Matthew goes, I am sure it was because of the film Poltergeist and not Paranormal Activity. Sabrina goes, I didn't care for those movies. I mean, I liked them, but it wasn't, they weren't scary to me. Like I said, I liked like the panning of the camera. Um, but pretty much after the first one, they kind of were the same. It kind of continued the story. I think the last one I saw was the marked one, or the one that was on Peacock was the last one I saw. I don't even remember the name of it. Um, but that started off like with the shaky. I mean, obviously it started off with Blair Witch Project with the shaky cam, and then movies started to capitalize on that after. Wendy Korn, love Poltergeist. Oh my god, Poltergeist is one of my favorite movies. One of my favorite movies, hands down. I grew up watching it. I could still watch it over and over to this day. The third's probably the weakest one. The first one's really good. I actually like the second Poltergeist because of the creepy preacher guy. I like the creepy preacher guy. Come to find out, that actor actually had cancer. That's what gave him and he was acting with it. I mean, come on. I give the man props for working through um being that. You could tell he wasn't the way he looked, you could tell like he wasn't healthy, and to be working while you were that, you know, looking like that, I give the man props, because if I was sick like that, I don't think I would want to work or anything. Sabrina goes, people thought I looked like that little girl when I was young. Julissa goes, the first Poltergeist is the best in my opinion. Denny Rose, the original is the best. The remake, yeah, the original with Heather O'Rourke is the best. They do say it's cursed. Um, I guess the house that they filmed at is actually built on like on Indian ground. I didn't know that. Um, they used real skeletons in the pool scene. Um, Obviously, Dominic Dunn was, I guess it was after the filming. I thought it was before the movie was released. I mean, before the movie. I guess it was after it was released, not the filming. But I guess it was after the release. That's when Dominic Dunn was was unalived by her boyfriend. Um, Obviously, in the second one, the actor that played the preacher had passed away. Um, the actor that played the Native American, he had passed, but he passed away later. Um, but they said he actually performed because he was like a shaman, I think. And I loved him in Poltergeist 2. He played Taylor, and he goes, "The car is mad at you." I'm trying to see. Oh, it doesn't say here. But they're saying that the Poltergeist set was cursed. Denny Rose goes, "Yep, real skeletons. They had to remove them because too much was happening on the scene." And then obviously Heather O'Rourke, she passed away at 12. Carol goes, "I'm still active as much as I can be." Which I give props to you, Carol, because I know going through treatment can make you feel like not wanting to do anything. Matthew goes, "It's not mad, it's pissed." Jo Beth Williams actually didn't know it was real skeletons until after. Julianne goes, "I do not think the house was built on ruins." No, I don't think it was built on ruins, but it was built on Native American land, if I'm not mistaken. The Shoop? I don't remember what tribe, but not ruins for sure. All right, guys, I'm going to open it up for questions. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Also, I'll give you a few minutes to look for Skeleduck as well. But that is a movie. Poltergeist is a movie I can watch over and over again and not get tired of it. And I've seen it a gazillion times. I think I was 4 when it came out. I just aged myself. I think it came out, yeah, it came out in 1982, and I grew up watching that movie. Denny, it was actually a puppy that was abandoned or left at my adoption center that I work at. But the adoption center I work at does not take animals directly off the street, I should say. Um, and it was left with a note. And I didn't have the heart to take it because what we're supposed to do is, and I have a heart for littles, which I call the little dogs. And I didn't have the heart to take it to the pound because that's what we would have had to done. Um, which makes it's just the way the adoption center I work at works. Um, because we're more of an adoption center than a shelter. And I didn't have the heart to do so, so I took her home. I do take her to work with me just in case someone comes back and says, "Hey, like," and asks about her. But the dog was well taken care of. Like, you could tell the dog was well taken care of. But I just did not have the heart to take this poor little dog to the shelter. Because I know the shelter, what they would have done is they would have put the dog on a stray hole, um, before anything could happen. But I've heard horror stories about shelters as well. So I was like, Denny goes, I would have done the same. My hubby would be pissed at me. I tried to convince him of getting another puppy. Carol goes, I would have done the same too. Julius, a lot of people can't handle young puppies. It's not a young, it's according to the note, because they left a note with her, said she was 8 months. So it's not like like a young puppy. Lisa Boo goes, I would have done the same. There are some, like lately we've been getting at work, I've been getting a lot of people finding kittens, and unfortunately I can't take them. And it's more so because I don't know if that cat has a sickness, you know what I mean? And then if I bring that cat in, it could make my other cat sick. So I think of that too. That's why I think one of the reasons why we don't take the animal is the second is because you don't know, somebody could be mad at their girlfriend and go, "Here, I found this cat." You know what I mean? So, Lisa Boo, thank you for being a member of the Wolf Pack. I was going to say Gray Wolf. The Wolf Pack for 24 months. What, Lisa Boo? Hearts for Lisa Boo. Much love to you and everyone. 2 years time has flied. That is a long time, Lisa Boo. I've been on that long? What? Sabrina, what? Thank you for that generous super chat. Hearts for Sabrina. Thank you. Showing love since I haven't been on in so long. Thank you, Sabrina. I appreciate that. Hearts for Lisa Boo and Sabrina. Thank you, ladies. But there are rescues, which I kind of tell them, like, if I were in your position, I would Google rescues and see who would take the animal, because I know there's a lot of people that do not want to take an animal to the shelter, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. The horror stories I've heard about, and then a lot of the municipal run shelters or kill shelters, and the stories I've heard is horrific, is super horrific. So I did not want this for this animal. So I took her under my wing. Cause I was all ready. Like, I called animal control and everything, and they didn't show up. And I was like, okay. And then that just made me, I was like, okay, push comes to shove, I could take her to the shelter. I just could not. So I was like, nope. Heather, whatever goes, my dog had lived on the streets of Reno, and then I was his third owner, and he was 6 months old. Wow. Julissa goes, it was meant to be, exactly. But I'm not gonna, like, keep my, because the owner could come back. You never know. Yes, Julissa, I will. She's asking, will you show the puppy to us one day? She's in the other room, but I will. Heather, whatever goes, the shelter called and said if you want to return him, do it fast. And I said I would never do that. All right, guys, Skeleduck. Skeleduck, guys. Matthew, I agree with you. Nothing but horrible things about animal control. I agree with you. Not saying all officers are horrible, but it's just, yeah, shelters, I just don't have municipal shelters. I just don't have respect for them. I really don't. They're state funded. It's not like the one I work for is a nonprofit no kill shelter. So if an animal doesn't get adopted, it stays with us until it gets adopted. Because I get people asking me, do you guys kill the animals? I'm like, oh, hell no. No, we don't. Yeah, Dusty, they do. Don't most shelters put them on a 10-day adoption hold? They do. They do 10 to 14 days or something like that. All right, guys, Skeleduck is right there. If you could kind of make out the beak, it's sticking out on the other side of my Ouija board there. It's blended in with the Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom poster. But his beak is literally right where my finger's pointing. Sticking outside of the Ouija board. Heather, where to go, silly duck. Julissa goes, I was wrong. I think I was looking at a ghost. I have a ghost somewhere. Yeah, I have a ghost on this side. The ghost, wait a minute. I can't point. Right there. Right where the green alien duck is. And the ghost is right above him. Carol goes, what's the black by his beak? That is a Ouija board. That black thing. And then the poster, part of the poster from Indiana Jones, that's the teaser poster for Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. I've got the other poster in my room, the actual like theatrical poster. And then yeah, it's the poster. And then underneath it, which is right there, right here where my finger's pointing, right above that spider, that's my mini arcade. And I have a mini Zoltar machine too. But that's like a mini or arcade. Ghost and Goblins. I couldn't remember which one it was. Tyrana, I think Denny Rose also asked. Denny Rose, I don't have a P.O. box, but Lewis does, but I don't have it off the top of my head, but I'll get it for you next stream. But you can't put my name on it. You'd have to put Lewis's name on it. But like inside of it, you could put my name on it. That way he knows. But I'll get it to you next stream. Because I don't have it on me on the top of my head. But if you put my name on it, they will send it back because my name isn't on the P.O. box. So if you do send anything to the P.O. box, which I'll get to you next stream, Denny, I will get that for you. Just make sure you put Lewis's name on it, and then you can put my name inside of it. Carol goes, good spot. You know it was a good spot if Carol says it's a good spot. Renee, what is up? All right, guys, any last minute questions before I end this stream? Oh, thank you. Dusty has it. I think that's it. I might actually have it, but I just don't know where it is. Because I took a picture of it. But it's somewhere. Like, I have so many pictures, like it probably got lost in translation. I know I have it somewhere, I just have to look for it. Thank you, Heather, whatever. No, like, you can't put my name on it anywhere. Because I'm not on the P.O. box. Because it's his P.O. box. Thank you, Lisa Boo. Any last minute questions before I end this stream? And as always, guys, Lewis is mixing over there on Twitch. If you guys want to check him out, head over to Twitch. And I will drop the link in the chat. Give me a second here. If you guys want to head over to Twitch, if you have Twitch, check out DJ Lewis Love. He is over there mixing as we speak. He's been mixing actually. I'm actually on him right now. I've been on him. He's been mixing for almost 2 hours. So if you guys want to head out and check out his music, he is mixing house music, I believe. And go head over there. So here's the link one more time, guys. Yeah, Denny, it's in Los Angeles. Tirana, thank you. All right, guys, I will see you on the next one. See you on the next one. Stay spooky, sweet nightmares. Thank you for joining me on this edition of Grayson Report. I will see you on the next one. Have a great weekend. And as always, again, sweet nightmares and stay spooky. Good night, guys. See you on the next one.